Welcome to Farm Factor. Let's join Dwayne and Craig Poor for an update on the 2015 sorghum season and a look at Craig's expectations for 2016.
Dwayne Thames joining you once again with Ag AM in Kansas. While at the Kansas Commodity Classic held in Manhattan, Kansas, a chance to catch up with Craig Poor from Alton, Kansas, a member with the Kansas Grain Sorghum Producers Association. And Craig, the sorghum industry is kind of riding the tide, if you will, with some optimism. For you and your operation, how did 2015 go?
Our sorghum crop was very well. We had some drought-stricken areas that they just were a little lacked of moisture, but for the main part, our crop was very good.
As far as plans for 2016, a fair amount of moisture that we've gotten here over the winter months. A lot of places got pretty good profile moisture. What are your expectations for 16?
My expectations are, I believe, our Kansas sorghum crop and national sorghum crop will be just as good or better. We're already starting out, especially in my area, with, like you said, a lot more soil profile. Last year at this time, we were struggling for even a little bit of snow. So we are in very good shape. We will plant, about what we did last year, which we stay pretty much in a rotation, whether it's dry or wet. So, but I'm very optimistic, just so far for our coming year, hopefully.
We think about, you referenced those crop rotations. It appears that sorghum acres have started to pick up, certainly in the state of Kansas and nationwide, with additional acres a year ago. Coming off that record yield, national average yield, I would expect that guys are going to feel a little more comfortable about putting sorghum back in the ground this year. Absolutely.
Sorghum is kind of a go-to crop. Even if you are lacked a little moisture, I mean, the sorghum will, year in, year out, give you, if bare minimum, an average yield, that'll get you through. Where other crops will either succeed or fail at times. It's a very good crop. It conserves moisture, and it's excellent.
You talk about your particular area. That's a part of the state that can get and has been kind of brutal at times as far as hot summers and not necessarily much for rainfall. But sorghum has still maintained that ability to provide at least some crop, as you referenced, when others maybe are a total failure.
Absolutely. Where in the past we had usually thrown in a few corn acres, we do some soybeans and some wheat. And I would say even in the years that we had a few years where the wheat, it dried up. I mean, we just didn't have, and the soybeans were a little rough in places. So it'd be hit and miss on rains. Where our sorghum crop would be kind of either anywhere from average to good, all across our little part of Osborne, Smith County.
We think about opportunities to market our grain sorghum. Ethanol in Kansas has been a big player in taking those bushels.
Absolutely. Ethanol has done a tremendous job of getting our bushels throughout the state and using them for different things, along with, there's a few guys are dabbling in like the pet food markets and a few in the food markets. Very different varieties of ways that you can use the crop, and which makes it very valuable to the farmer.
Our thanks to Craig Poor for joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas at the Kansas Commodity Classic held in Manhattan. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Folks, stay with us after the break. Dwayne will be back with Mike Dwyer, Chief Economist for U.S. Grains Council.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.